back. Another episode of the Weekend Hot Podcast back at you. Your man KZ and Swag back at you. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Don't forget to shit. If you feel like you want to throw some dollars, you can donate. Hit that Cash App. But another week in the news. Me and my man Swag, brother from another. What's going on, Swag?
Not much, man. We winning now here. Let's go.
For sure. Hey, hell yeah, all day, every day. Hey, man, we're going to get right into it because we know how y'all like y'all news. We're going to get right into it this time, and we're just going to have a good time covering these stories, man. So y'all sit back, relax, get your popcorn, like T.O. say.
And corn.
Yeah, man, and we're going to get right into it. First story, man. I got to go. I'm going to go off top, man. This one has been in the news. It's a lot of y'all. We're gonna start off with some crazy stories first. A lot of y'all, man. That's a lot of y'all freaks out here. There's some freaky people out here. And this story jumped out at me. Your girl, Young Miami, boy. Miami, from the City Girls. I think she's from the group The City Girls. Young Miami.
Yeah.
She was in the news recently because she was on a talk show and she was talking about how she likes to be peed on. Now Young Miami is currently dating your boy P. Diddy, and you know he Diddy, yeah, P Diddy now, boy. He is in the he is in his P. Diddy in his 50s, and I think she's in her 20s, if I'm not mistaken, late 20s. So she was being candid about her bedroom activities on the episode of BET nominated show Carisha Please. The City Girls rapper played a round of Risha Roulette, her branded X-rated game with guest star Trina. And Trina even was, she was talking about basically, she said, and I quote, what is now? I'm quoting her, so y'all, it's a little broken English and shit. So don't y'all, it say take a shot if you like golden showers. She said, I do. So she took a shot. Because she liked golden showers. So they was playing like a drinking game where, kind of like Truth or Dare, where you
drinking game.
Right, yeah, she was playing a little drinking game. So they said, take a shot if you like golden showers. And she took a shot. It's been going around social media rounds. A lot of people saying that's disgusting. That a lot of people saying that, I guess good for her if she like being pissed on. But on the actual show, when you watch it, Trina, rapper Trina was looking at her like, oh, that ain't what we do, homie. Trina
really?
Wasn't with it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, she's looking down her nose at her game.
Man, this chick from Miami say, I ain't with it, But that's just interesting because, like I say, Trina is in our age group, you know what I'm saying? And this Young Miami girl is another age group, but these young folks now, man, they just out here wilding. So Trina was kind of looking at her like, "What? You
man, Trina was doing everything back in the day, though, wasn't she?
Who that Trina?
Yeah.
You said she was doing everything back. Hey, but look, she wasn't taking golden. Now it said that she was just rapping and stuff. She wasn't really doing it. Now and then they do say, now they do say allegedly that back in the day, Trina had a freaky side. Everybody had a freaky side back in the day. But Trina wasn't taking no golden showers. You know what I'm saying? She might have been doing this or that.
Yeah, that ain't getting into R. Kelly. Kelly broke spades on there.
Right. Trina might have been doing a little stripping in the club or whatever like that. But, she wasn't getting pissed on. That's what she said. I'm gonna get my thoughts and I'm gonna let you go on into this. I don't know, man. I'm not. I'm okay. I'm gonna say this. I don't even like food in sex. With the whipped cream and the straw. I don't even because that's messy. I've done that before.
No animal undies for you over there.
Yeah, I mean, I messed. I had girls with edible panties and all that stuff too. But I'm just saying that all the food, like when I was younger, it was okay, to try because you're young. You like, okay, I'm gonna put the whipped cream on it and all. But then as you get older, you're like, man, that should be sticky and gooey, and I don't want all that shit on. And then your girl be getting, her pH be off. You know what I'm saying? You put whipped cream. You know what I'm saying? So then now you can't get none for a good little while. You know what I'm saying? Because you the best the pH got all kind of food. Right, man. pH all while you can't get none. You know what I'm saying? So It's so for me to even bring, now I'm just talking food. Now you talking about using the bathroom. You talking about excrement and pee and urine and bringing that to the bedroom. I'm cool on that. I don't want to poop on no. If I had a girl who say, "Oh, poop on my love it," I don't want to poop on nobody. I don't want to pee on nobody. I'm cool. I'm cool because think about it. If you do all that on her, then you got to still hit it and stuff. So then stuff might get on you. So I don't know, man. Call me prissy or whatever, man. But if I met if I met a woman or something like that, and she's like, "Oh man, pee on me or poo," I'm cool. I'm good. Go ahead, Swag. I'll let you kick it off.
Well, hey, I'm gonna be the last person on God's green earth to ever kink shame, so I ain't got nothing against it. But scientifically, peeing is not a dirty thing. It's kind of sterile. You know what I'm saying? I mean, but I ain't gonna. I have some experience with it. Over the years and being out there a little bit, but I'm not gonna knock it. But that takes a brave soul to come out like that. You know what I'm saying? But it ain't like she said she liked to get shit on and stuff like that. Now that's not healthy.
Well, I mean, you peeing, might as well. You Arwetty. I'm gonna call you Arwetty. Let's say Arwetty. I mean, you might as well. I mean, because you already getting peed on, you might as well get. I mean, I don't know, man.
No, that shit got bacteria that's like very harmful.
Hell no.
I'm not against her getting peed on. If that's what she get into and that makes her feel some type of way, good for her that she was able to find it. That's all I'm saying.
Hell no. Hey, I'm going to Trina responded to Miami.
He said, I was on you.
Trina responded to follow-up questions clarifying if what Miami meant when a guy pee on you. Miami doubled down with a wide agree and saying pee play moves her. She said, I just like it. She said, I just like it. I don't know. It just do something to me. Trina jokingly shot back freak of the week.
Hey, didn't you hear it was like over the summer that singer Sophia Urista from that one band, she had peed on dude on stage. Like she said she had to pee and she
heard something like that.
Up on stage. Hell yeah.
I heard something about
it's a thing, man, but that shit became now it's taboo. Because that was one of the starring things in R. Kelly's video.
Yeah, man. I mean, he's known as Arwetty. You know what I'm saying? I mean, hey, not for me. If you like it, hey, go more power to you, man. Let us know your thoughts and comments in the comment section if you like being peed on or
you said like it, don't practice it, please.
You like a number 2. If you leave a number 2 in the comments. If you like number 2, leave a number 1 if you like number 1. If you don't do none of it, leave. That'd be messed up. I have never, in all my sexual explorations as a bachelor, when I was a bachelor, you know what I'm saying, pimping hard. No, I ain't gonna say pimping hard, but I never ran across a babe who was like, you know what, they'll just turn me on if you just pissed on me. I've never seen that. Now I've been around some freaky chicks and they've asked for some crazy stuff, but I've never. Nobody never told me like, you know what, go drink a tall can and come back. Go drink a tall can, and when you come back, I'm be laid on the bed like this.
I'll be laid on. Hey, no, but in your years, you never come across a woman that squirts or anything?
Yes, I have. I didn't care for that. I didn't really like that.
Well, yeah,
because I didn't know if
like that. If you don't like that, then you gonna hate the GS game.
I just felt conflicted. I just felt conflicted because I didn't know if I didn't know if it was because of my prowess or if it was just she just had to take a piss.
He said, I ain't about to fuck up my own sheets and my own mattress and shit. Fuck that.
Hell man, don't forget to leave that comment, like and subscribe, man. Weekend High Podcast, baby. Moving right along, man. Moving right along. Eddie, my man Eddie Murphy has been in the news, man. He was recently on Jimmy Kimmel. Had an interview because they're promoting the movie You People that's out now. But Jimmy asked him who is the funniest person, because Eddie Murphy is highly regarded as one of the funniest people to ever live. Mm-hmm. And he asked Eddie, who do you regard as the funniest person to ever live, period, that you've been around? And Eddie said, Red Fox. Red Fox is the funniest. He said, definitely when they was filming Harlem Nights, he was like, man, a lot of stuff got left on the edit room floor, basically.
Yeah.
But if you could see, I would, if I could see the outtakes and bloopers from Harlem Nights, oh my God. You know what I'm saying? Because Eddie was saying that Red Fox was so funny. Like off camera, he just funny. He said he had never been around such a funny person like Red Fox and the game that he gave him. You know what I'm saying? But that, you know what, I'm gonna be real, because a lot of people regard Richard Pryor as the funniest. A lot of people regard as the funniest stand-up, but this was actually the funniest person ever. And he said definitely Red Fox. But I always felt like, don't get me wrong, I love Richard Pryor, but I always felt like I like Red Fox more. I don't know why. Like I always felt like Red Fox. And Red Fox always, maybe it's because Red Fox reminded me of my grandfather. My granddaddy D, rest in peace, granddaddy D. And he reminds me just because he had those one-liners. He had that kind of same one-liner funniness that Red Fox has. So like I identify with Red Fox. It's like, damn, he reminds me of my granddaddy. You know what I'm saying? Like and I just think Red Fox is just funny, man. Like to this day, Sanford and Son still comes on. It wouldn't be coming on if nobody was watching it. I'm gonna say that. Even though it's in syndication, they still wouldn't be airing it if it wasn't funny. Like I still watch it. So what you think about Eddie Murphy saying that Red Fox is the funniest of all time?
I like that. And I believe me. I believe that that's who he thinks. It wasn't one of them things that he just said for TV. Red Fox stand-up, man. I feel like Red Fox was one of Rodney Dangerfield's influences. Honestly,
right.
You know what I mean? Like that one-liner hit approach, bang, bang, bang,
bam, bam, right?
Bam, that's Red Fox right there.
Yeah, man. And like I say, shout out to rest in peace, Red Fox, one of our great, legendary greats of comedy. They was trying years ago. They was trying to say Seinfeld was the king of comedy and all this. Get his lame, non-funny ass out of here. That's just my personal opinion. If you don't like it, that's okay. But I'm just saying, none of those comedians, Seinfeld can't fuck with Red Fox. Who you can give me any comedian from
Jerry Seinfeld, his influence was Bill Cosby, so he's gonna sound like Bill Cosby.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
But it's just good
like
to see
Bill Burr doing what George Carlin was doing. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm,
but Bill Burr funny and he relevant. You know what I'm saying?
But who did George Carlin look up to? Red Fox.
Red Fox and Bill Cosby. Hell yeah.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So you got Red Fox is definitely, Bill Cosby up there, definitely influential, but Red, man, was so influential.
Hell yeah. And then Eddie would know because he worked with Red and Richard, so he would know in his opinion which one was funny. Yeah.
And we talked.
That Harlem Night said, "Ooh, I bet that was a ball. I bet they had a ball the whole time."
And we talking with Red, one of the first with the dirty albums, with the dirty comedy albums that you had to go, hide and listen to. You know what I'm saying? With those dirty
That
jokes.
shit like Blue Records and shit.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, I definitely Red Fox. I wish we could have gave him more love when he was still living, gave him his flowers more when he was living. But Eddie did do it with Harlem Nights and the things he was doing. So definitely shout out to Red Fox.
Hey, but yeah, Red Fox, he got a school though, kind of. You got Rodney Dangerfield. Who else was a good influence? Robin Harris was from
Robin Harris.
Mitch Hedberg.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna say even John Candy had had that, that's a lot of them was taking them styles from Cosby and Fox, you know what I'm saying? So, and then when Richard came along, they started taking from Richard too, because Richard came with the doing stand-up different than people had done it before. Really, I mean, I won't say he did it too different, because Red Fox was telling dirty jokes and stand-up too before Richard, but I think Richard kind of took it to the next level for the new generation.
Yeah, because Richard was like a tear through the middle between Bill Cosby on the cadence side, right, and then Red Fox on the joke side on the dirtiness.
With the observational comedy. Richard had the observational comedy too. About real life, like him being on drugs, and you know what I'm saying, telling, like, that's what he was famous for, really just telling the truth.
And was honest out there with his shit.
Yeah. Now moving right along, man, I'm gonna let you take this because I didn't get to see You People yet. But You People came out this weekend.
You People, man.
With Eddie, and, Jonah Hill, and Lauren London.
Yeah, man. I was really happy with it, because it sent a good message. It was 3 movies at once. It was a good Eddie Murphy Black movie. It was a honest to goodness rom-com, romantic comedy, and then there was a message delivered through the movie too that I thought was pretty profound. I'm not gonna spoil it, but I liked it. I mean, it had a different kind of meet cute, when the two people meet each other. Like in a romantic comedy, I thought that was kind of original and clever and, relevant. It was tight, and the humor in it was funny. It was really awkward and cringy at some points, which is what you like in a lot of racially based movies. But yeah, it was a black and white thing.
Yeah.
And then they talked about, anti-Semitism a little bit, Farrakhan. It was pretty tight. I'm not gonna spoil it, but it's definitely
they didn't talk bad about Farrakhan, did they?
Oh no, but you could tell that they leaned into the tension, and I liked it. And I watched it with Miles, man, and I've never heard him laugh so hard at a movie. It felt good. Felt good.
Now they say Eddie's character was a very he pro-black, you know what I'm saying?
Oh man,
that's what somebody told me. He represents.
All my families have 1 or 2 of these cats that Eddie Murphy played.
Yeah, I've heard different things from it. I personally may not watch it because of the director Kenya Burris. I don't agree with a lot of his ideology. Like, he always is he's just really into how can I put it? He's really into giving you a cupcake perception of Black life, some kind of made up cupcake version. Like, I don't know. I just have a lot of like, I haven't found one thing that he's made that I like yet. Like, even the one he had on Netflix, I didn't really care for. I had some issues with that. But it's still it's okay to give certain things, movies a try and all that kind of stuff. Now I may watch it at a later date just to see, since you've talked about it, may check it out. But I will say that Kenya Burris, I really don't mess with him like that. He be kind of, I don't know.
Is he off cold in the game?
He can be some, like, I've watched stuff that he's made before and it was kind of off cold.
You just don't show him your guitar.
Not that he's just so off cold. It's just I'm not a fan of his work. It's just like I don't know the stuff. I haven't watched the new stuff he just did like you watched, but his older work I wasn't a fan of. I just really never found it funny. I never found nothing he did funny. I never found nothing he did really exceptional. And that may be because I know I got a lot of knowledge on the other side of the game. So for me, when I watch it, before if I'd have watched it 5 years ago, I'd have been like, "Oh man, I love this." But now when I watch, I'm like, "Oh, he went there." Oh, okay, so it's like I will probably take a look at it at a later date. Buckle down. It's like what, I give it a try. I ain't watching nothing. Let's go ahead and see what where he's coming at with it. But definitely, I do.
It was directed. It was written by Eddie and I forget.
Oh, Eddie actually wrote it.
Okay.
I'm going, like I say, ain't nothing wrong with giving it a try. Definitely go check it out. Cause the only really person I want to see in the movie is Eddie Murphy anyway. Cause I love Eddie Murphy. But definitely go give it a try. It's on Netflix right now. If you got a Netflix subscription, check it out. Leave it in the comments. Definitely would like you to leave in the comments your thoughts on the movie.
Yeah. Eddie and Jonah wrote that.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Jonah Hill. This big inflatable looking ass motherfucker. I mean, Jonah Hill is garbage. Like, if I seen a dude like Jonah Hill trying to marry my black daughter, I don't know. I'm just saying,
crash from that generation.
Like, if you go, just like I always said with anything, this is my thought. This is my personal opinion, y'all. Y'all can hate it, leave it in the comments. If you gonna date outside the race, at least date the ones that they want. Don't date the women. Like, if you gonna get outside the race, don't date the ones they don't want. Don't date it's like shit. She on the B team. You can have her. Get the ones that's on the A team. That's what I'm saying. If you go date out somebody, get you a bad one, at least you gonna get one. Because think about this. If my daughter was showed up with a dude who looked like Jonah Hill, I'm like, man, damn, you couldn't get a John B looking mother. You know what I'm saying? You couldn't get John B.
What have I done wrong?
You know what I'm saying? You could get. You got fat looking Jonah Hill. But these are the typical. But reason I like that is because these are typical type of motherfuckers that these sisters, like, if you see sisters out, you'd be like, damn, that sister with that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, love who you love. But if you're gonna love somebody of a different race, try to at least get the best. Because when they come to our race, they get the best. They don't be with no bust down looking.
They come and pluck them from the main garden.
Right. Well, I take that back. They did get Precious. They did get Precious. So they. But anyway,
I heard Precious and raised her stock. I ain't seen a recent picture though.
Yeah, she's married to a white gentleman, a white guy, and so they did get Precious.
Herself. I heard she looking better.
Oh well, hopefully the sister is. But I'm just saying that it's like, I'm gonna tell you this. Kenya Burris, dudes like him, these are the kind of dudes I went to suburban high school with. Like, they seem to be, they got the Jordans on, they got the lingo, they got the slang, but they ain't got the knowledge. They ain't got the they don't have the they don't have the heart. They just surface. It's like they do enough so they could be
fabric.
They do enough stereotypical bullshit to be up under the dominant society. So let me put my Jordans on. Let me put my sweatsuit on so I could be up under these fools. You know what I'm saying? So, oh yeah, you're a good little one. We like you. It's like, I don't know, man. Kenya Burris, man, he really rubbed me the wrong way. But I'm willing to take a chance on this movie and check it out. You know what I'm saying? Before I make judgment without seeing it. So, but I'm just saying.
Tomatoes only gave it 44% though.
Yeah, I'm just saying, from his earlier work, I did watch the Netflix special he had before this one. He had not Dolomite. That was Eddie Murphy. I'm talking about Kenya Burris. What's the one he had?
Oh, Black as Fuck.
Yeah, I didn't like that. That was.
I feel like that was. It was like half of the episodes were episodes that they did on Blackish, but I like how hardcore was. Like, they didn't edit it at all. I like it. It was okay. It was like Let's say Blackish point type shit.
Really? See, I'm not a fan of Blackish. I don't like none of that shit. I never, I think, I don't, man, I don't know. It's just,
I mean, it's all subjective. So,
it's not, okay, I'm gonna tell you this. When I watch, I'm gonna go back. When I watch Good Times, I feel us. When I watch The Cosby Show, I feel us. When I watch Blackish, I feel them. That's not us. That's not us. You writing that shit. You writing that shit to appease to them. You're not writing that shit to appease to us. You know what I'm saying?
I can see where you coming from.
When I watch A Different World, I feel us. When I watch, you know what I'm saying? When I watch Martin, I feel us. I even feel us with Martin on the comedy side. It's just certain little things in our society that we know, and it's like, okay, I feel that. But when it comes to Blackish, that's it. That's some shit. That Blackish is like some shit some white people wrote and put black people in it. That's just the way I feel. That's just my opinion. Now that may not be the truth. I don't want to disparage for people who do like Blackish, because obviously they made Grownish. They made all different little spinoffs from it. But to me, that lets you know all these little different spinoffs and shit. I don't know. It's like you can tell. I don't know. For me, I just don't feel us. When I watch it, it's just like I've tried to watch it many times. I put it on and I just turn that shit off. It's like this is like the Dr. Seuss of black shows. This is one fish, two fish. This one fish, two fish, three fish, blue fish.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of formulaic and it kind of gives up a little bit, but I can see where you can get that.
But that's just my opinion. Now, I know other black folks who love it, who like, oh man, I'm like, you don't fuck with Blackish? Oh, you tripping? But you know what I'm saying? That's just my opinion. I just and what I marked it down to is just I don't like Kenya Barris shows. Like I could do The Shy, and it got all that stuff in it. That's Homegirl, Lena. I could do BMF. I can do all these other shows, and I actually feel it. Even in the Shy show, I can feel us a little bit. Like I see she trying to do that. We try to keep it PC, but I can still feel us in certain pockets of that show. I'm like, okay, yeah. I can. That's familiar to me. When not to say the successful black folks is not familiar, because Cosby was successful black folks. It's just that Blackish, to me, it seems like it's written from somebody who's not black, who's like, okay, if I'm a white dude, this is how I will make a black show. That's how I feel like it's made. Or maybe they pushed him to make it that way. Maybe he wanted to do his show more real, and they's like, no, we're gonna give you this money. You got to do it this way. So a lot of times, your creative authorization, your creative authorization is taken away from you. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got no creative input.
Artistic liberty.
But I don't know, man. I know y'all gonna rip me in the comments. I'm just not a Kenya Barris fan. But moving right along, because I didn't ranked on my man too long. So moving right along. I didn't ranked on Kenya Barris long enough, talking about him. So we're gonna keep it moving, man. I got an interesting story here, man. Now, have you ever dated a girl, Swag? You ever dated a girl that looked younger than she actually is? Have you ever dated a babe that looked younger than she actually is? Like, she looked young and everybody looking at you. What you doing that young? Like, man, she my age. You know what I'm saying?
No.
Man, well, this dude right here is dating this.
Holy smokes!
Now, this is like a little girl, but she actually 20 years old.
Yeah, you can look at her leg development and tell she older.
Yeah, she's 20 years old, and this dude right here, the dude with her, has been trying to date her. Basically, he's dating a 23-year-old woman who looks like she's an 8-year-old. That's the story. 23. So she actually is 23 years old, but she looks like she's a little kid. So he said, I'm dating a 23-year-old woman who looks like she's 8 years old. I'm not a creep. That's what he's saying. He's like, I'm not a creep, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Basically, Dan Swaggart, 26, recently began romancing reality star Shauna Ray. His name is Dan Swaggart.
26, right? You know that's my number.
Yeah, he's 26. Yeah, he said he's 26. He began romancing reality star Shauna Ray, who's 23, whose growth was stunted due to treatment she received as a child for brain cancer. Ray, who weighs 50 pounds and is 3 feet 10 inches tall, is the subject of TLC reality series I Am Shauna Ray. Swigert recently shared several snaps of Ray on Instagram, posting a video on social media, vehemently defending their connection. It's been a long struggle for Ray to date with the pint-sized personality. So he says basically, Swigert revealed that he reached out to Ray with flowers after seeing the first season of her show. The pair soon met in person and went on several dates together. So basically, he clout chasing anyway. He saw the show. He like, oh man, I'm gonna get up. Now I'm gonna tell you,
little hands wrapped around my meat.
I'm gonna give you my thoughts real quick, and I'm gonna let you go off on this because I know you got something for this one. Now my thoughts is this is my. Let me put the I'm about to put on. Let me put that tinfoil.
Oh no,
tinfoil. I got to put the tinfoil. Now I'm gonna go allegedly too. Let me get allegedly in here too. Tinfoil allegedly. Now I think this is just a door. Now I'm talking about the guy. Now I don't know him personally. This is just my speculation that this guy has a thing for kids. So what he saw when he watched the show, because in our society, that's looked down upon. You a pedophile. You fucking with kids, motherfucker. You messing with kids. You crazy. You sick. So in my head, he saw the show. Was like, oh, she 23 and she look 8. That'll work for me. Because now I can get my pedophile shit off and do it legally. So what do you think about? What are your thoughts about that?
Hey man, I ain't gonna lie, man. He probably see that like fantastic. He probably started courting her, sending her flowers and shit. Oh man!
Yeah, he said he watched the first season of the show. He watched that first season of I Am Shauna Ray, and he started sending her flowers. So that's what I'm saying. So is that the new move for pedophiles?
Man, yeah, man. It don't look good for him. Yeah, it looks like he found a way to get his little kicks off and still be legal about it. Right. I don't know, man. I mean, is she cute enough? But she look like a cute child, I don't get it. It's not for me, buddy. I'll tell you that.
I mean, I understand. She's 23. She gonna want to date at some point. You know what I'm saying? But just the fact that
she kind of built like a child, but she don't look like a child in her face. She got maturity, but that's
it's like I can respect. It's like, you know what? I feel like I could respect dude more if he was like with her before the show. Like if he had been like grew up with her, like been knowing her since grade school, and this is my girl, and then the show happened. But that's why I think he on some pedophile shit, because you didn't meet her till the show came out. So when you saw the show,
I will say this though, she was probably lonely, and then somebody just come out of nowhere, send her flower. Even if it is an admirer on the show, I'm pretty sure she's pretty lonely because she probably don't get much action from big men, and then she probably get little 10-year-olds hitting on her and shit. You know what I mean? I mean, but more power to her, man. But she probably would have creep.
You say she go to the playgrounds like ABC at the playground. Little kids out there singing, there she go.
ABC making songs about her and shit.
Hell yeah. You want me to push you on the swing? I push you. You gonna have my peanut butter and jelly sandwich? So she getting date. Look, instead of date, she getting play dates and shit. So she like, damn, I need
parties.
She getting play dates. So she like, man, I need. But so I'm just saying though. Yeah, if I had a daughter in that situation, and God bless her, she liked that because she had brain cancer, you know what I'm saying? But if I had a daughter in that situation, I would kind of be screening who she did. I mean, she's 23, so, but at the same time, it's like, yeah, your daughter, like, I mean, even if she was regular, my daughter's regular size. If my daughter's regular size,
I would tell her this, though, that if he tell you to wear pigtails, run for the hills.
Hell yeah. if he start buying you, giving you gift cards to Babies R Us, run for the hills.
Yeah. So like, have you ever given any thought to adult braces?
Right. I want to take you on a shopping spree. He pull up a Baby Gap in this motherfucker.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, that's an odd story, man. I mean, because now, dude, if he ain't on no pedophile type stuff, that's still odd because you're right. If you go around with a babe like that, people gonna be like, "Damn, you with that young ass?" They gonna be looking at you crazy as hell, and you know what I'm saying? Might even call the police or try to.
Are you really giving her alcohol?
You know what I'm saying? Or look at her and be like, blink twice if he kidnap you. She up the motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. I just think that man, that's I mean, you talking to somebody who, like, I'm gonna tell you, I always had a weird thing about girls who was younger than me when I was coming up. Like, even when I was in high school, when I was like what is it? When I was a sophomore, I wouldn't even date freshmen. That's weird because I felt like they wasn't on the level as me or something. Like like when I was a sophomore in high school, I was trying to date college chicks. I was trying to go to I used to pull up at the community college on lunch break and tell them I went there. Like, yeah, I go here and try to game the college girls. So I never messed with babes who was younger than me. Even if you was a year younger than me, I felt you was a baby. Like, you a freshman and I'm a sophomore. I'm like, I'm cool. You know what I'm saying? You got to be like a junior, a senior,
I'm mostly mess with women who are older than me, but then my dad is 3 years older than my mom, and so I end up gravitating right into that. And my wife is 3 years younger than me now.
Yeah.
But
it's all preference, really. But I just thought that story was kind of weird. That dude, he didn't like I said, I could respect him more if they.
Hey, that's a perfect story for our podcast.
Right. Like, if he grew up with her and dated her, I could respect that more because he knew her before the show. But like, you watched the show, start sending her flowers, so that let me know, like, damn, where you scope like little 8-year-old chicks or something? Like, what kind of dude?
Hell yeah, he probably have his tea and coffee outside the park and shit.
Took her to build a bear. Like, I take you to build a bear. You know what I'm saying? Hell yeah. Man, moving right along, man. Moving right. Don't forget to hit that like, subscribe button. Definitely, we appreciate you. Love you too. Sending love throughout the world, man. But we're gonna move on to another story, man. We're gonna get into some serious story. Well, we're jumping. Yeah, let's jump into serious story here. I definitely want to cover this. Our sister Devonna Walker, Sister Devonna Walker. Unfortunately, she's no longer with us. And the thing about it is, she was taken from us via stabbing from somebody from the Diamond Side. They called her the N-word and stabbed her and killed her. This is not getting no media coverage, as you see. Most people haven't heard about it. Some people may have, but I haven't seen a lot of media coverage about it. And I just think that's crazy, man. So here it is. Our sister Devonna Walker. She was she got into it with her neighbors, and I guess her neighbors, some like a white supremacist. I ain't gonna say alleged because the motherfucker called her N-word and killed her. So he is what that. And basically, this happened in Iowa. So of course, Iowa of all places. Iowa, the black community there is outraged and they going off. They want answers. So they've been going to the police station every day trying to get answers. What happened to the sister? Basically, a white Iowa man was filmed calling his black neighbor the N-word before fatally stabbing her after she got into an altercation with him and another woman. And though authorities arrested the two individuals in the wake of the fatal incident, they were later released. So, once again, we see this sister trying to defend herself. They calling her the N-word and killed her, and they get arrested and get released. So, what I'm saying? All this, man, these black cops that killed Brother Tyree, man, they swift justice when it come to us. But even if you're not in law enforcement, and you know what I'm saying, and you are a part of the dominant society, you have 100, as brother, as people say, $1 million worth of whiteness to get you out of situations. So basically, I'm gonna read some of the words that was going back and forth on the video. So basically, so you come back at me after me again. So you come back after me again, I'm going to press charges again. The woman in the black sweatshirt is her saying, please just get inside. A man who opens the apartment door says, and though Walker's reply is inaudible, the man is heard saying, then go around. Nobody wants you here. But as the argument escalates, the white man is heard hurling racial slurs at Walker. Shut the F up, you effing nigger. Walker is later seen shoving the woman to the ground as she walks back to the door. Walker then gets into what looks like a physical altercation with the man before he appears to stab her. Walker is then seen losing her balance before she collapses. But as Walker lies on the ground, the woman alleges the black woman is playing stupid. She's playing stupid. Leave her alone. She's acting like a dog attacked her. Several bystanders later noticed Walker is bleeding from a stab wound. Police responded to the scene about 6 minutes later, performed CPR on Walker before taking her to the hospital, where she was pronounced dead. The man and woman were arrested but later released. In an interview with Iowa's News Now, Walker's mother, LaShawn Bowles, registered her displeasure over investigators not communicating with her. Bowles said she only spoke with police at the hospital. Friday, I went to the police station. I want to know what's going on. How come no one's knocked on my door? No one's contacted me. I don't even know where my baby is, she said. I ain't even seen her since all this happened. Responding to the incident in the statement, Cedar Rapids Police Chief Wayne German and Lynn County Attorney Nick Maybank said they're not in a position to release any more details about the case because this is an ongoing investigation. Now, how the hell they not gonna let the mother of the woman know what's going on with the investigation? That's bullshit.
Who the hell identified the body?
Right. We understand the family, and this is what they say. We understand the family and friends of Devonna Walker and our greater community want answers as to what happened, what led to Devonna Walker losing her life. They added, we want answers as well. This is why Cedar Rapids Police Department and Lynn County Attorney's Office continue to work on this investigation. Y'all ain't working too hard. The motherfuckers who did it is free. But the advocates for social justice released a statement calling for the arrest of the people involved in the stabbing. So I mean, this is bullshit, man. Y'all ain't working on shit out there, because if y'all was working on something, they'd be in custody. This is a murder that took place. Somebody died. So you telling me you ain't nobody, you later release them? Not that they bonded out, but you released them. Where do you know you could? Where as a black person can you go? Not even if you murder somebody. Let's say you was just around the murder. Your ass ain't about to be out. You about to be sitting in the police station. You know what I'm saying? Or if they speculate you did it, they gonna try to find a way to hold you until they get, you know what I'm saying, answers. But these people will just stab somebody and they just go free. 2 people. What are your thoughts on that, brother Swag? Because I'm on 12 right now.
I know, man. And they making it harder and harder for me to be a voice of reason or a devil's advocate. I mean, what the fuck? But it really ain't no redemption for this one. I mean, why they released them? Maybe they're not a flight risk or some shit like that. What the fuck? But and then they try to make her fall out after being stabbed at her like she gaslighting, laying down there faking.
Right. And then 2, why they ain't arrested? Ain't this a hate crime? Since he used racial slurs?
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Yeah, so, this is a hate crime. Let's get that bill popping.
I mean, because if you say anything about the Asian community or a Jewish community, it's a hate crime. They ready to cancel your ass.
Yeah,
but this dude stabs her. It ain't no. Oh, I was just protecting my woman, because you stabbing somebody, calling them the N-word. So we already know how you feel about her. So it's like, right. Come on, man. This is.
We don't even want to hear anyway.
I mean, and most people will say this ain't a surprise because this happened. It did happen in Iowa, of all places. but at the same time, man, like, I mean, I don't care what happened. You know what I'm saying? This needs to be, justice needs to be done, man, because that's just crazy, man. And so the Black community in Iowa, they have been going to the police station every day trying to get answers, protesting. You know, according to I'm gonna read part of the article. According to the FBI, hate crimes are not only an attack on the victim; they are meant to threaten and intimidate an entire community. The racist nature of Devonna's killing should be met with the utmost seriousness and pursued to the furthest extent permitted by law. The community demands that Devonna Walker receive justice, answers, accountability. Now, the specific demands from the community are release the medical examiner's findings and release Devonna's body to her mother, arrest and charge Devonna's murderers, affirm that Cedar Rapids officials and agencies involved in this matter demonstrate that Black people are worthy of the same protection and treatment as white people. Our community has demonstrated the capacity to unite in order to push for the greater racial and social justice, and will continue to support community efforts that support transparency, advocacy, and public awareness. This is from the group of Parents Against Violence in Cedar Rapids, and other Black organizations there try to get involved. But yeah, man, I mean, come on, man. Like, now, if it was two women fighting and the women fought, you should have stayed your ass out of it. You know what I'm saying? Because obviously your woman wasn't hurt. You jumped out. So that's why it's a hate crime, man. Like, there ain't no way these people should be walking free on the street. And this is what ticks me off. Then these people on these in the modern mainstream media sit up here and say, why are these people, rioters, tearing up their community and doing all this? Like, this shit make you mad, man. Look at this shit. I mean, think about that if it was my daughter or your daughter, you know what I'm saying? Just out there, and that's her neighbor. So obviously, they didn't like her when she moved in. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I mean, this could have been your daughter, you know what I'm saying? And regardless of whatever happened, the words happened, it was a disagreement between neighbors. It should have just been left at that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not, like you said, they want to make Devonna Walker they want to make her the accused, they trying to accuse her. She the victim. And they trying to make it seem like it's her fault. You know what I'm saying?
Like she had to come into some shit.
Yeah. And furthermore, witnesses have stated that the man called Devonna racial slurs before stabbing her. A lot of witnesses heard it. It wasn't just this ain't hearsay. There's witnesses out there that heard and saw this. I'm assuming they wasn't Black because they ain't do nothing. But if I'd have been out there, I'd have I would have jumped to action, because you're not about to sit up here and call her all kind of N-words in front of me and sit here and pull out a knife on the sister, and I'm just gonna stand by and look at you and record my phone. I'm gonna beat your. I mean, I can't say that on here. I'm gonna do some things. It's gonna be some furniture moving, as they say in the old school days. It's gonna be some furniture moving.
You know, there's gonna be some brakes falling off.
Yeah. I'm real. I don't like to see nobody, not receive justice, especially my people. You know what I'm saying? But I don't want to see nobody not receive justice. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, if I'm sitting there and I see a dude, trying to stab a sister, calling all kind of N-word, oh yeah, police. I'm gonna tell my people, call the police. I'm about to go over here and I'm about to do something. Sister, you about to be okay. I got your back. Because you ain't just about to put us alone in this situation. Would have been diffused. Period. I'd have said, man, take your ass back in your house, because you don't want no problems over here. I would have got that sister and asked her where she live at. Yeah, man. Like that ain't no excuse for that, man. But definitely leave your comments and your thoughts. And we send our prayers and our love to Devonna Walker, her family. To the family. Definitely send her mom, Mrs. Bowles. We love you. So we definitely sending our thoughts and condolences. Make sure you comment, like, and subscribe. What are your thoughts on this situation? And moving right along. We're gonna go to what I didn't cover. MLK Day passed, and my brother Swag was like, "Boy, you tripping, boy. You know you didn't cover the MLK, boy." So I got the statue. So the MLK phallus.
Embrace.
The MLK phallus. Now, a lot of people.
Hold on, what you say? Hold on, stop, Keith. What you just call it?
The MLK phallus. A lot of people, because that's what it is. If you Sister Frances, Dr. Frances Cress Welsing, in her book, The ISIS Papers, definitely talks about the dominant society's preoccupation with our genitalia. And from that, you see a lot of statues and stuff that mimics phalluses. Now, a lot of people, this MLK statue, a lot of people said it was looking like a Johnson and some walnuts hanging. A lot of people saying it looked, it just look all kind of just nasty. It don't look. What is that? What is that? How is that an MLK statue? Some hands and a shoulder. A lot of people say it looked like, you know what I'm saying, like I say, a phallus. The guy who made, the brother who made the statue, his brother. I don't know where he's from though. I don't know where his people from. He has a thing for making, a lot. Let me get it in perspective. Let me put it in perspective. There are a lot of people who voice an opinion from the dominant society that we as Black people are over exaggerating this phallus of a statue. And they're like, oh, you guys are just blowing it out of proportion. They're just showing the love of them embracing. You guys are just, you guys are never satisfied. It's always something with you Black people. I'm saying these are comments I've heard on Twitter and seen in social media. Now you have other people who say, well, okay, if this was supposed to be, and then this is in Boston, of course. Now, Boston has a history of being a racist ass city. So you definitely, when you do things like MLK and things, you want to get it right. So they did right by getting the Black. I don't know where he's from. He looked like us, but I don't know where he's from. They did right by that. But because I don't know what his ideology is, but this dude has a history of making statues like that. Now here's another of one of his phallus statues. Now I don't. Now that people just say, man, yes, Eddie. Always try to be number one. Anyway. Remember, he had the tall figure and the living color. Yes, Eddie, I always try to be. But this dude, it seemed like he has basically the dominant society mass media is saying that, oh, this, you can't say that. This dude always has a history of making these type of statues. That's why they entrusted him to make this. Now, I still believe, I don't know, that MLK statue, this right here, this just don't look like, this don't make me think of MLK. Well, like when I see this statue, I don't think I Have a Dream. I don't even think of MLK, his wife, or nothing. I just see some hands. Like from this angle, I see some hands. Like there's other angles of the statue where it does look like a phallus. You know what I'm saying? But what are your thoughts, Brother Swag?
Okay, so to me, it looks like two different type of things. Now, the angle from the photo, it looks like he was being beaten and he was protecting himself. But from the other side, I know from the other side where her hands, it looks like her hands is wrapped around some meat. It's so weird. I'm sorry. yeah. No, but the reason why they chose Boston are the area where we probably least liked in the country. That's the city where Martin Luther King won his Nobel Peace Prize, and that's the hug they did for the picture. That's why they picked Boston. But
yeah, I did hear that. I ain't gonna lie. I did hear. That's why they picked Boston or whatever.
It's still weird, but I guess no, man. But I think that maybe like all art is subjective, but that's what came to my mind. Like, and I totally missed because when I saw it, I thought he was protecting himself. Mm-hmm. Peace and all.
But you thought he was like protecting himself from getting beat and stuff?
Yeah, like when they hit him in the head with the brick and he kept singing "We Shall Overcome" type shit. That's what I was seeing. Right. And then the other side threw my mind into the gutter when
he said took a dive into the gutter.
We're like, she gripping.
I mean, you know what? Because I ain't gonna lie, the angle we got of it, there's other angle. Like I'm with you, like other angles of it do kind of give you like you like a damn.
Yeah, it just kind of had that tawdry look. Like I see one that had the fingers perfectly around the phallus type shape. But yeah, he does do a lot of artwork and sculptures with with a phallic nature.
Yeah. But like I said, Dr. Frances Cress Welsing in her book, The ISIS Papers, talks about this, how the dominant society likes to, basically the dominant society is in love with our genitalia. And what they try to do, because they lack it. Since they lack, they just like when we look at back at slavery, or during the Jim Crow era when they was lynching us, they was cutting off our genitals. There's a reason for that. You know what I'm saying? Because think about it. You hate somebody, why would you mess with their genitalia? Like you always hear about
penis envy
game. Penis envy game. Yeah. You always hear about them messing with our genitalia or doing something to our genitalia. There's actual probably white supremacists out there who actually, it's been spoken in certain circles that they have those genitalia in jars and they pass them from generation to generation. Like when when brother Nat Turner got killed, they burned his body down to oil, and these white supremacists basically they was taking the oil because they wanted his melanin, so they would drink his shit. You know what I'm saying? It's in the book. I got. If you want, oh my goodness, I'm sorry, y'all. It's in the book, The Delectable Negro. The book, The Delectable Negro. I'm gonna go get that now. I know y'all like, damn, he doing this on the live broadcast. Hell yeah.
He said the Delectable Negro game.
Yeah, I have to show. I'm sorry, y'all. I know this is very unprofessional for a podcast.
Impromptu.
But I got to show y'all this book, The Delectable Negro, talks about a lot of the atrocities, human consumption and homoeroticism within U.S. slave culture. Very good book. Get this book. You will read some shit you wouldn't believe happened in slavery and the atrocities of things they was doing, eating us, burning our bodies for melanin, drinking the shit, eating us and all kind of stuff. So we talked about that before on this show. Yep. But definitely, you definitely got to pay attention to things like that. It's crazy that that they would commission that dude, that brother, to make that statue, and good for him. If he wanted us, good for him, because he probably just trying to get his paper up. But at the same time, I think it was very disrespectful. A lot of black folks felt it was very disrespectful for them to do that statue, because you could have did it's like you could have got, even if he do statues, like you could have got him to do something a little different. You know what I'm saying?
But at what point would it become cliche? It was risky, and I guess it wasn't interpreted the right way. But I'm not gonna knock an artist for his craft.
Because No, I'm sorry, brother. I was gonna say you're right. Art is it's what's the word I'm looking for? It's
subjective.
Yeah, there you go. It just depends on who's looking at it.
Yeah.
Just like a joke. Something for me that might be funny, you might hear it like, that ain't that funny to me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's all subjective of the person listening to it. But man, shout out to the brother. I don't know where you're from. I don't know where your people from, but I hope you didn't have any bad intentions when you made the statue or trying to, belittle brother MLK or anything like that. But moving right along, y'all. Moving right along. Last story of the day. I wanted to bring this dude out. This dude here. This dude right here. Coonin ass Ocho. Coonin ass Ocho. Yeah, I'm gonna put that down there because he one of them coons. He'll do some shady shit, so let me put that allegedly down there for his ass. This dude had the nerves the other day to say something that was crazy. Now he's always said stuff against Black Americans Americans anyway. He actually took over the show that Jason Whitlock, was king. He used to be King Coon on there, and Jason Whitlock, got his own show now. He off there, so he took on. He's like, man, I could be a better coon than him. You know what I'm saying? So let me get my ass on there. Let me get on. So he was he's been criticizing the media from other Black people for saying he doesn't have generational trauma like Black Americans because he's Nigerian. So he can sit up under he can converse with white folks better and have a better understanding than we could. He said, this is it. I'm gonna quote him. He said, when white people say, well, racism doesn't exist, I know why they say that because I've been in them rooms when they're saying that. Acho said on the podcast, when I kick it with Black people and they're like, all white people are racist. Well, let me stop right there. The fact that he said, when I kick it with Black people, the fact that you got a phrase that when I kick it with Black people, because most Black people kick it with Black people.
Like the movie, You People.
Right. So, because, I mean, just the way he's saying that. Now, listen what he says about the white. Let me start it again. When white people say, when racism does it, I know why they say that because I've been in them rooms when they're saying that. How you been in them rooms when they saying that shit? So that lets you know you got coon status. Because they let your spook who sat by the door right. So I'm just gonna break down his statement here. You can jump in with me, Swag, like I'm doing here. Now after he said that, he had the nerve to say, when I kick it with Black people, like these are some people he normally don't kick it with, and they're like, all white people are racist. I know why you're saying that. All the while, I have the privilege and luxury of not having generational trauma because my parents were born in Nigeria. So my method is removing some of the sting because I don't have that sting and try to deliver it in a manner that people can receive it. As this comments became a hot topic on social media, Acho went to Twitter, explained that he's not trying to say he's more privileged than Black Americans. This is what he said. I made no such suggestion. That was the reach the host of the show made and led the listeners to. I stated my lineage to allow understanding for my predisposition to be less hostile. So now you said you less hostile than us. So Black Americans, we just hostile. Yeah, and because you're a Nigerian.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, and because you're a Nigerian, you're less hostile. If you look a picture of Nigeria, ain't it little kids over there in church shoes with MK6 or M16s and shit? But we so hostile over here. But it's little kids over there kidnapping whole villages and raiding whole villages in church shoes in motherfucking old 1997 Utah Jazz t-shirts. So. That's what I'm saying. That's what Acho is off code. He ain't like he's not a brother to me. Like some of the brothers in the diaspora that's from Nigeria are on code, and I fuck with him. But he's very off code like a mug. You know what I'm saying? Like, first of all, you talking about
the way he said it kind of separated himself from us as he sees us different than him. When I kick it with Black people, that right there, that really telling me. What side of the chessboard he's sitting on.
Right. And some people, when they read articles, they don't read it like that. So that's why I went over. I said, wait a minute, listen to that's how a lot of times young people who are watching the show, when you read the article, read it over again. Read it 1, 2, 3 times and be objective. Try to find something in it. Like think about
it. Right? One good time. Hell yeah.
Right. Because anybody else read that would have just glanced over it. And then the point, this is another statement he made that was critical. He said he stated his lineage to allow the understanding for his predisposition to be less hostile. So he's saying Nigerians are less hostile than Black Americans. We hostile, we kill, we just the worst of the worst. But if you take a picture, a snapshot, and go to Nigeria or anywhere in Africa, you see. Have you ever heard of a movie called Hotel Rwanda? They seem pretty hostile to me. You know what I'm saying? The genocide that was going on, and there are still genocides going on in Africa, you know what I'm saying, to this day. You see what I'm saying? So the fact that you set your tether ass, like you said, your parents was born Your parents was born in Nigeria, and I bet you his parents know of the colonization and know of the apartheid and know of all the since he claimed he has less trauma, I bet you his parents know that trauma, you know what I'm saying, or may know that trauma, you know what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
Your ass don't know that trauma because your ass grew up over here. You know what I'm saying? So how dare you sit here and talk down to Black Americans who helped your ass and your parents' ass get over here? So that's what we got to call out on our community. Just the fact, like you said, he said, when I'm in these white rooms, like he stated that, like that's where he belonged. You know, when I'm in these white rooms, I hear they say da 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 da. But when I kick it with black people,
I click with black people all the time.
Right. So we already know what time it is with Emmanuel Ocho. I've never been a fan of his. First moment I seen him on a sports show, I already knew what he was a big time, you know what I'm saying, coon. I'm gonna say it. Yeah, you know. And I'm gonna give you here's a snippet from somebody on social media who was replying to what he said. Emmanuel's approach was to suggest he's better equipped than African Americans to speak because he doesn't have generational trauma as a Nigerian. Nigeria's history with slavery began in the 15th century and it was colonized by British in 1884. Make it make sense. Now that's what I said.
Yep.
So how you go to myself? Oh, I don't have the trauma, motherfucker. Y'all colonized to this day. Y'all motherfuckers still colonized. You know what I'm saying? Y'all had apartheid, which we Black Americans over here, we was speaking out against apartheid. I know, Swag, you remember back in the 90s watching A Different World, hearing apartheid down with apartheid and all that stuff.
Hell yeah.
You know,
and go by troops and shit.
Yeah, man. So I mean, how dare you, Emmanuel Ocho? How dare your ass come out here and say, yo, and matter of fact, your whole style, I said this in the chat, your whole style is FBA. You know what I'm saying? Your haircut with the part in it and all that cute shit, motherfucker.
Yeah,
where do you think you get that from? Your fade,
nasty
your little beard line up. Come on, dude. You get that for us. Because if we go over to in your country, if you want to be like your country, I don't mean to disparage my Nigeria brothers that's on cold. However, I don't think you just gonna find the haircuts you over here as you gonna get over there. You know what I'm saying? Not saying they don't cut hair over there, because I know they probably do. But I'm saying that they haircuts is set off the style of us. You know what I'm saying? Whatever we doing, they doing over there. Otherwise, y'all should have just be nappy and, you know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, just whatever, you know what I'm saying? To whatever do when you don't get cuts. You know what I'm saying?
The youngest go to the same barber.
Right. Y'all wouldn't, I mean, I'm just saying they ain't exactly, they probably in the 80s and 90s when we was out here getting fades and designs and shit, they wasn't getting that shit. You know what I'm saying?
But getting regular crew cuts.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So it's just like, man, I just don't know why people choose to speak out against Black Americans here, like we ain't shit or we're less than or anything like that. When we've invented so much, we've helped build this country from scratch, because there was no country when we came over here. When we got brought over here, there was no U.S. It was just the colonies. So we helped build this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, the fact that you a brother that look like us, you even though you from Nigeria, you still a brother, man. And for that to come out your mouth, man, how dare you, boy? You know what I'm saying? Like, if I was on my, my old school Gary stuff, you'll get backhanded. I'd backhanded out of the taste out you. And I know people like, well, he played he big. What you gonna do? I don't give a damn. I'm big too.
Nigga. Are you being hostile? Are you being hostile?
Big too, boy. What? You know what I'm saying? It'd be just it'd be a David and Goliath match. His ass would go down. But I'm just saying that we need to stop that, brothers and sisters. Like, for all my brothers and sisters in the diaspora, man, y'all, like I said, y'all got to curb y'all coons, man. Y'all got to curb them. You know what I'm saying? Because if y'all don't curb them, you got to speak on them. But like I said, to the brothers and sisters in the diaspora that's on code, wherever you at, we love you. You know what I'm saying? Keep doing what you're doing. But like dudes like Acho and cats like that, a lot of their talking points and ideology, the dominant society, especially the white supremacist society, uses. You know what I'm saying? The stuff he says they use, they want him to be a buffer class or a tether. I see a great, oh man, I wish I had it. I seen a great somebody on one in Twitter did a great picture of the movie Us when she had the mask and they put the flags, they put the Jamaican flag, this flag, every foreign flag, and in the mask part was the US, was USA. So it's like 10, you know what I'm saying?
Really? No.
And that's what he does, man. But we're gonna end it right here, man. Great show. Actually, did I get you didn't get your thoughts on Ocho, did you? You did get your thoughts on Ocho.
Oh yeah. We just dug in on
Acho,
together.
Acho, I'm sorry. But yeah,
Acho Cinco.
Yeah. Out your ass out of here. Anyway.
Out your ass up. Out your ass up.
We're gonna see y'all next rip, man. Weekend High Podcast coming back to you again. It was another great show. I had fun. My dog Swag, my brother from another. Sending all my love to my family and friends. Sending all love to handling it up. Sending all the love to everybody who support the show, who watch the show, even when even if you ain't same color as me or whatever, you like the show, I fuck with you. But y'all leave your comments, your thoughts in the comment area. Hit us up. You got show ideas, hit the email up. If you got any ideas, sponsorship, you want us to do ads for you or anything, man, we got an email address right down below. Hit us up. We'd be more than happy to work on anything with you or for you. But other than that, I'm gonna send you my big salute. I'm gonna let my big homie do his, and we're gonna be out, man.
Peace.